What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and today I have my club haul to share with you. This processed August the 17th, and I received it, I forget what date, I'll put the date down below. So the first four clamshells are not for me. They are for a local customer, and sometimes she gets me to add things for her. So I'm more than happy to do that on occasion, no problem. Iced pine. This one I liked back in the day when I first joined. It was a really nice pine scent. There's a peppermint in here, and very good. She also wanted a bonfire beach. So this one just recently retired from spring and summer. Yes, it's almost like a salty sea spray twist on marshmallow fireside. We have vanilla bourbon. I have 3 cubes left to finish my existing clamshell. This is not one that I care for. I don't know what it is. It smells really good here right now, actually. But there's something I don't love when I'm warming this. So obviously there's vanilla and bourbon. I feel like there's nutmeg in here as well. I'll put the notes below because I can't remember. And back when there was a little glitch in the system, we added ice pine, and she also added calming woods. So I think there might be cedarwood in here. Maybe bergamot and cedarwood. I don't know. I can't remember, but I will put the notes down below for you. So let's talk about the half price. I grabbed a whiff box, and I just want to say, again, I did not get an ice pack here. Today is quite warm. I'm not sure. It's muggy, very muggy here in Nova Scotia. But I didn't get an ice pack, but I didn't get the club shipment today anyway. But also, there's nothing in the box. There was no packing in my whiff box. It was just naked, like a naked box. No, like, cushion or nothing. Anyway, so you might have seen this. This is from August whiff box. It's sun drenched cotton bathroom cleaner. Love the Scentsy's bathroom cleaner. We have washer whiffs and magnolia shimmer. I'm just going to smell this. Oh, that's nice. This is the revamped version of kindness. They had to name it something else for copyright reasons, or is that the word I'm looking for? Licensing reasons, you know, legal stuff. They did give me my lovely little sheet that I don't ever read. And then we have three bars. We have Frights and Delight. This is scent of the month for September. And I do not have the notes, but I'll put them below. I think there's maple, pumpkin, probably like a brown sugar. I'm going to smell the undercarriage. This is a nice typical fall scent. I don't tend to love scents with maple, so that would be my only hesitation, but I'd say on cold sniff it smells about a medium. So there might be a tiny bit of vanilla in there. Something in there is creaming it out. We have white oak woodland. I believe there's plum and oak. Yes, and I remember this starts off strong. It goes to kind of strong cologne for me, fruity woodsy cologne. Then it goes to like a feminine version of that, and then it's like done. But I'm going to mix this with vanilla just to switch things up. Oh, there's a crack in here. This one's cracked, but I put stickers on them already. Emerald Pear Blossom. This one is Emerald Pear. I think there's like amber blossom or some sort of blossom. It's more of a fruity lean, but there is a tiny bit of like a floral cleanliness to this scent that I get. So those are the 3 bars. All right, so let's talk about these 2 bars I forgot to remove. So I actually have extra of them. And I didn't really want extra of them. It's Tropical Roomba Cooler. So I got this in the Let's Dance box, the Britney Spears backup dancer box. I got the Tropical Roomba Cooler, and I'm not sure if I'm going to love it. So I have a second bar now. It's very passion. I feel like it's got passion fruit. Passion fruit heavy. Something smells like passion fruit. Pineapple, passion fruit. I think there's rum. I think there's grapefruit in here too. So that will be, I will warm it. Maybe I'll warm that. Maybe I'll see if Erica still can't smell. Maybe I'll put it in her room and then I'll try it that way. All right, I have The Gang's All Here from Toy Story. And I'm sorry, this is a terrible time of day. So that the blind is half down. I'm sweaty. Yes, this has got grapefruit, lemon lime, and they say there's vanilla, but to me, I've warmed it in my bedroom, and it's not a bedroom scent, and I'm warming it in the entrance right now. To me, it's almost like a white grapefruit with somewhat cleaner lime. But anyway, what I'm going to do, rather than tell you all about it, is stay tuned for Tuesday, because I'm going to do my weekly wax roundup, and I'll tell you all about it there. I don't know if I'll do it like Tester Tuesday drawn out version. Maybe I'll just give you the condensed version. I'm just really not sure how I'm handling those videos, but anyway, just getting it out to you. So we'll talk about it then. All right, so the next little group of wax bars, I'm going to put these in the, I don't really know what I'm doing with these yet. They're on probation. They're in jeopardy. But I like them. Obviously, they're in my club. So I have Sea Breeze. This has orange, has coconut, it has a floral. Yeah, very pleasant. I might keep that one. Kukui and coconut. This one has like jasmine and kukui and yeah, very perfumey, almost like the Boom Boom Sol de Janeiro, basketball team of fragrances. We have Candy Apple Delight. The only reason this is on the chopping block, perhaps, is because it's a license bar, and they're so expensive here now. It's almost like an apple with caramel, and I think there's pecan sugar. So I do have some of those, but I might just keep it for a little bit longer. I put apple and oats in at the last minute from the Bring Back My Bar. It's like oatmeal with almost like you put a sprinkling of dehydrated apples, like little bits of it on the oatmeal, and it's slowly soaking up the juices of the oatmeal, and there's a little bit of cinnamon, but not too much cinnamon, just a little. Peach Paradise. I remember really liking this, but sometimes what I do is I really like something, and then I'll put it in initially, and I'll really like it, and then when it comes time to make cuts, I'm like, well, I'm really not emotionally attached to that yet, so maybe I'll get rid of it, and then I do. But this one I kept around, so because I made samples with it, what little wax I had of my other clamshell, I made wax samples, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But it doesn't smell like much. I think there's peach, tangerine, white woods, and vanilla maybe. I looked it up a while ago. I think that's maybe the notes. I'll put them below. Whipped frosting. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure on the whipped frosting. I'm just not sure. It smells really good here right now. There's like a weird little thing on my whipped frosting. Can you see that? Even with the poor lighting, you can probably see that. Vanilla Oak. My husband really likes this one, and if I was a nice spouse, I would keep it for him, wouldn't I? Should I keep it? Tell me below. So there smells like there's patchouli in here, and this is very long lasting. I could probably put 1 cube in my, like when we walk in, there's a storage little mini room, and we have like a bunch of stuff in there. We even have like a printer set up, a fridge set up. But my husband always hangs his work jackets there, and so he's always in there, and he's always like in there getting food, extra food. So he smells that room a lot. So sometimes I put stuff like that in for him so he can smell it, and I can kind of use 1 cube at a time and not, have to use up a lot and keep a lot. All right, I have a haul coming up. I don't know if I'm going to film it, but I picked up, I think, 4 more of this one, plus this one. Disney Lilo and Stitch Aloha Adventure. This is really nice. It's good. Yeah, it's fruity and fun. I think there's pineapple, maybe watermelon in there. So good. Okay, so I'm just going to slide over my ones that are like probably going to keep them for a while, if not forever, pile. All right, and these are in no particular order, but let's just go through them. Simply Vanilla. This is coconut milk and vanilla. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I have Dashing, and I've been neglecting Dashing, and I really need to give him some attention. There's Mahogany, Night Skies. So good. Really nice. I think I might warm Dashing this month. Sugar Cookie. This is like butter, sugar, and vanilla. Right up my alley. I like to warm Sugar Cookie in the spring, summer as a mixer, and then I like to kind of go a little bit more heavy with the vanilla bean buttercream in the fall, winter. For some reason, that's what I've decided to do. Ginger Cookie Crunch. This is almost like a vanilla bean buttercream that's been enhanced or made a little bit more rich. Does it smell like a lot of ginger? I don't know. The ginger is there, and you're like, what's going on in the background? It's just so good. And I think that's what's going on with Ginger Cookie Crunch. We have Jam and Jubilee. If Scentsy was smart, just I'm not saying because I like it, but I think a lot of people really like Jam and Jubilee, and it's a really good performer for a fruity. It lasts a fairly long time for a fruity. Oh, so yummy and delicious. It's like raspberry dominant to me, and then there's like a jamminess, and then there's strawberry. I feel like maybe a little blueberry, something other than that. Sweetness, goodness. fairly recently took a scent circle out of my car for that one. I have cashmere and corduroy. Let's have a moment of silence for cashmere and corduroy. What are they thinking? Obviously, maybe the sales weren't there, but I'm just so upset about this. This is why you have to always get my bar feature in club, and this is why people say you can't trust Scentsy, because this has it has vanilla, which I love. It has Italian bergamot, which I'm not really Sicilian bergamot. Isn't Sicily in in Italy? I'm not sure. Anyway, Sicilian bergamot. It has cashmere sandalwood. All those things are just so lovely. So good. And the performance is at least a medium for me. I'm glad I clubbed that one. I have marshmallow mint. You'll be happy to know this is a fresh clamshell. And I did take everyone's advice. I deleted my old clamshell, which kind of took it from the top tier part of the club when you first open your club and you see like your oldest ones. But you know what? They might have certain SKUs. Like the SKUs are these little numbers here. And some of those might be scent specific, but they might also be whatever packaging. They might be linked to a certain packaging, and I'm like, I'm just not taking any chance. So this is a new clamshell. Marshmallow, amber, and mint, buttermint. Apple butter frosting. This is like a apple butter, richly spiced apple butter, creamed out with a lot of sweet vanilla buttercream. Yeah, this is so good. I used to have a lot of car bars in that, and that was a really good car bar. I have churro. This is like a pastry with a little bit of cinnamon sugar. Sometimes I can smell the cinnamon better than others. I'm okay either way, and this is a good mixer this time of year as well. And in fact, I think on my wax melting challenge, one of the prompts is mix any 2 scents. I was very vague with that because usually I might give more direction, but I think I'm going to mix vanilla bourbon, which I don't love, with maybe a little bit of churro and just see if it switches it up a little bit. Sometimes I'm not a mixer, like I just go with the flow. But I do have the advice, if you're a newbie to mixing, sometimes if you mix things that are similar in color, like obviously also kind of bring them side by side and smell, like open the clamshells and smell and say, is that going to smell good? if they're mixed directly in the warmer. Let me just, like, I just grabbed this. I don't know if it's, but like I would just go like this. And this I'd be like, this doesn't smell like great, so I wouldn't mix that. But sometimes you can actually mix things that are similar in color, and sometimes because they're similar in color will have slightly similar notes, and they seem to go together. But let's get back on track. I have cotton candy cookie. This is cotton candy and cookie, but it also has like gooey treats and raspberry and things like that in the background. Yeah, very nice. One of the sad ones that doesn't perform as well here since my move. This one is coming in a brick soon in the like winter time. If I remember correctly, the bricks that are coming are Cozy Fireside, Spiced Grapefruit, Toasted Caramel Sugar, Rustic Lodge, and Maraschino Sugar Cookie, which I don't like maraschino sugar cookie. Rustic Lodge I'm okay with. I don't know if I need a whole brick. Cozy Fireside I'd probably get a brick for. Spiced Grapefruit I'd definitely get a brick for. I love that one. It's really good. And this one I'm getting multiple bricks. I love Toasted Caramel Sugar. It's one of my favorite scents. When I warm it, it just makes me happy. It's got a tiny bit of, I think it's a sugared musk or something in there, but I don't know. They've done that one so well. It doesn't smell like body care. It just smells delicious. I have sugar. This is lemon drops and cotton candy, but it's almost like Aqualina's pink sugar, so a little bit of a lean to body care. Mixes really well with so many things. I have icicles and evergreen. This is a really nice winter scent for me because I don't love a lot of tree scents, but this one is really a really good value scent, and I think I keep it going for that reason. It almost smells like a very fresh, sweet, appley tree with like I think there might be eucalyptus or something in here, but like a different type of eucalyptus, and it almost has a spa-like feel as well, so it's really nice. All right, I have Pacific Sandalwood. This is my favorite scent. I love this. I'm smiling and I haven't even smelled it yet. Yeah, it's so good. It's very creamy. Not too much on the sandalwood. The sandalwood's like a special sandalwood. We have Love and Happiness. This is a really good one. Yes, this is a little bit more perfumey, floral, cozy, hazy feel. Something's banging in the background. We have Happy Birthday. So this is, to me, it smells like a mix of a lot of vanilla with just a little bit of chocolate cake in a marble form with almost like some fluffy whipped cream type of frosting. So some people say funfetti. I honestly don't know if I've ever had funfetti cake, like cupcakes or anything like that, but I know it was called kind of very popular at one point, but I don't think I've ever had it. So Homestead Holiday. This is a scent that I warm every December 24th and 25th, maybe even 26th, but it's my holiday fragrance. Now, it's very strong, like spice, very potpourri craft store spice. There's a little bit of tree. There's, I think, blood orange in here, and this is just fantastic. When I warm this, I always, and if people drop by, like to exchange gifts or whatever, people always compliment this one. And I just don't think it would be the holidays for me without that, so I've kept it in. And I remember thinking when I did that, like, was I going to have issues when I moved, because I would think of it with my old house, but no, I still need it here. So we have Vanilla Cream, which is very similar to Simply Vanilla. But they are different slightly, but if you asked me to remember what the differences were, I'd be like, I don't know. But I remember when I warmed them really close together and commented. I feel like this one might be slightly... Let me just see, actually. Let's pull it out. Because there's no better time. Now, when you smell something on cold, obviously it's going to smell a certain way, and on warm, sometimes more things come out. So this is Vanilla Cream, and then I will smell Simply Vanilla. Okay, so I feel like Vanilla Cream is more fragrant in general. But now when I'm going back and forth, they're very similar. But my first instinct was Vanilla Cream had a little bit more scent throw on cold. All right, two more. We have Vanilla Oud, and this was recently available in the Father's Day collection. And I know sometimes when people get collections, like sometimes I feel bad because, you know, maybe I really like a scent, and I talk about it a lot, and it's not been available for years and years, and then people have access to it all of a sudden. They're like, oh, Patricia really likes this scent, and then they're like, oh, it's light or whatever. But it just kind of goes to show that scents perform differently for people. So for me, Marshmallow Mint is at least a medium. In almost every place I warm it. I do get the odd bar that seems to kind of suck, but for me, it's usually always about a medium. I could even warm this in my old space, in my big area, and still smell it no problem. And most people probably don't have that kind of performance. So I don't know why my nose smells this really well, but I think for other people, maybe it's just light. And it just kind of goes to show, like, even when I say to people in a video, or not a video, a wax melting challenge, I'll say, melt a boomer, which for me is like something that just blows you out. And sometimes the scents I see come through, I'm like, that person thinks that's a boomer? And it just kind of goes to show that what's strong for you might be crappy for me, and what's strong for me might be medium for you, and that's why we do reviews, and that's why you watch probably like 10 people. Don't just go by what one person says. I mean, if you really trust somebody, you know, go by what they say, but remember, there's always perception, and there's variabilities. Everything goes into the difference of how we smell things and how other people smell them. And it goes to show also, too, I'm going off on a rant or a tangent, but I mean, I remember putting something in, I think I had it on like day 3 and thinking I can't smell it. And then Erica's friends came over and they're like, oh my gosh, your place smells so good. And I'm like laughing because I'm like, what scent? But they could smell it no problem. So it just goes to show. Anyway, Vanilla Oud, love it. It's got leather, a little bit of leather, and it's got like a sweet vanilla with the oud wood. Very good. And actually this might be on the chopping block, but even though I really like it, I'm going through a little moment with this one. I don't know what it is. I probably won't get rid of it because I do enjoy it. It has Woolly Slippers. So Woolly Slippers it's got sugared lavender and it's got marshmallow and vanilla. But I'm smelling more of the lavender lately than I ever have, so I'm not really sure why that is. Because years ago I couldn't really smell the lavender. Now I'm smelling it. And if you've watched me at all, you know that I do not love a lot of lavenders. But I do love marshmallow, and I just wish that Scentsy would have done a basic, straightforward marshmallow. Instead, they did something called frosted marshmallow, and they should have probably named it something else because it doesn't really smell like marshmallow to me. It's still a nice smell, but doesn't smell like marshmallow. It smells like other stuff. Anywho. So, that's my club haul. I won't get another one until February because my next one's supposed to come in November. I've already skipped that. And my next one will come in February, and by February 1st, we'll know what's returning for spring, summer. So it all works out for me. I'll be able to delete any ones that are returning for spring, summer, and hopefully my favorites will come back. I will say, if you do a skip, I used to skip every, like once a year, and I would skip. So let's say I skipped August one year, then the next year I would skip the November one. So it would almost be a year and 3 months. But now I've realized I keep track of what day I put my skip in, and I just make sure it's 365 days plus from the skip. So I think last year I skipped September 3rd, and then this year I skipped September 5th, and it was all fine. You get the warning in the orange that those bars are being skipped, but if you ever see a red warning, red is bad, like think blood and bad and death. You don't want to ever skip if you see the red warnings. So anyway, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd love to have you. And if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.